Friday. Good morning.
How are you? How's that little baby boy?
I'm good. I'm good. He's keeping me really busy, which is, I guess, what little boys do, but everything's going really good. Quite blessed.
That's good. That's good. Any plans for Christmas? Are you guys staying home, family? What's the plan for Christmas?
Yeah, so it's going to be an intimate family Christmas because of COVID. My parents want to stay extra safe, which I understand. So it's just going to be my parents and baby boy and some good food. So I'm not mad at that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, my baby
Yeah.
boy is unfortunately he came home the other day and he was a little warm, so I kept him. We came home from school yesterday and he is home today. He's not feeling good, but we'll get this out of his system before Christmas comes. All right, guys.
Oh, well,
We
I hope
officially
he
have.
gets better. Good to be on, Elias.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And good to see you. So we'll give it one more minute and then we'll go ahead and get cracking. Good to see everybody. We have Sacramento in the house. We have San Francisco in the house. We have East Bay in the house. So good to see everybody. Thanks for being here this morning. All right, you guys, about 30 more seconds. We'll go ahead and get cracking.
I got a possible new recruit on the call too.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Who is it? Let's go ahead and introduce them.
Naja.
Hi, Naja. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
You didn't know he's going to put you on the spot, huh?
I had a feeling.
Naja, where are you dialing in from today?
I am in American Canyon, Napa area.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And how long have you known Michael?
A few years now.
Okay, very cool. And are you already licensed?
I am licensed.
Nice.
I've been licensed for about 4 years. However, when I did receive my license, I got straight into property management. And so now I'm looking for a brokerage that is super supportive, that, I can ask questions when needed and won't feel like, my questions are dumb. I am just looking for a supportive brokerage right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, you guys on the team on the call today, just make sure that you guys act supportive during our hour together, okay? Let's make sure to show up for Naja this morning. So let me get Andrea in the room. We'll go ahead and get this party started. So good morning on this beautiful Friday morning. I am super, super excited. Whether or not you celebrate Christmas, whether or not it's your holiday, this is a time of year where we come together, we eat some good food, we show some gratitude, and we spend some time with our families. Now, I just moved, so it doesn't feel like too Christmassy in here. I don't even have a tree, but I know that we'll do something special for the baby and just make sure that the kids feel, like the Christmas spirit. So I want to turn it over to Mel. Mel has a guest on the line this morning, and I'm going to have Melody bring us out of the tunnel and out on the field on this beautiful Friday morning. So without further ado, Melody, I'm going to turn it over to you really quick.
Good morning, Team Fast. I am so blessed to be here with all of you guys today. I have got a guest on the line. She is a veteran agent. She's been doing this for longer than most of us. Good morning, Kim. Thanks for being here. Did you want to introduce yourself to the group and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Good morning. My name's Kim. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway. I'm out here in Brentwood in the Far East County. I've been doing real estate since 2009, so a little while. And just thank you for letting me be in on your training meeting this morning. I'm excited to see how it all goes.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Kim.
And Mel, for everyone else, let's go ahead and bring us out on the field on this beautiful morning.
Okay, awesome. So you guys, as you know, I've been on the team for about a year and a half now. For those of you that don't know, I've been watching this rocket ship grow. And it's been an absolutely amazing experience. This is one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. I was number 16 on Team Fast, and now we have 210 agents on the team. There's a reason why everyone is coming together to be with each other and to be a part of this family. We're about supporting each other, collaborating with one another, and helping each other grow and be successful as agents in this industry. So lean on each other for help and support. You don't have to do this alone. And make sure that you guys crush your weekend. There's going to be a lot of fun things going on out there to do, events, parties, holiday shopping, things like that. But don't lose your focus. Don't forget to tap into the team. Don't forget to ask for support, especially coming out of the holiday season. We're all here for you and we all love you and want to see you guys win. So crush your week and happy holidays.
And with that said, you guys, thank you for coming to group coaching this morning. Appreciate you guys and have a wonderful, wonderful day. How do I follow that up, right? So you guys, let's dive right in. If you have not picked up this book, highly, highly recommend that you pick up this book. It is a great read. It's an easy read. It's a very, very engaging read. And so wanted to make sure that we kind of read that together. There's so many things that in this book that I'm taken out of. So let's go into the second, or is it second or third? So it's the second phase of this book, and it's called self-awareness. I know that we talked about this a little bit the other day, but I want to dive into this because self-awareness is something that is become more prevalent in business in the last, let's say 10 years. I remember there was a time in business where emotional intelligence and self-awareness was never even a topic of discussion. If you've been in the game, if you've been in business, if you've been an entrepreneur, and if you've been a real estate agent for many years, you know that emotional intelligence and self-awareness was never really a thing. Then it became like really, really part of like pop culture, and it became very, very popular. People started talking about it and doing presentations about it. And so now, obviously, the more aware you are and self-aware with your own emotions, your emotional intelligence, how you feel internally is how you are feeling externally. And so I want to kind of dive into this topic this morning, have a conversation. We're also going to do a quick deep dive into Sisu, because what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, I've seen our adoption rate go up significantly higher than it did the month prior to Sisu. So there's a couple things going on that I want to share with you guys. So let's just dive into this. I want to stay here for a couple minutes. So let's talk a little bit about self-awareness. It is safe to say that no matter who you are, you could be the most confident, vivacious person. You could be, you could be a Melody, you could be a Hector. No matter who you are on the screen, you could be an Andrea, you could be a Zyra. No matter who you are and where you are in your world in business, we all have something that we share in common. What we share in common is that we all have emotional insecurities. And it's safe to say, it's okay. I'm a human being. I'm a man. I'm 42 years old. I'm okay with saying that there's some emotional insecurities that I have. However, I do know that the more that I face those insecurities, the more that I am true to myself about the insecurities that I have and maybe some potential weaknesses I have in my own life, then I'm able to truly focus on the things that I'm not really that good at. We all have areas of weakness. We all have areas that if we acknowledge through self-awareness, we begin to navigate around. A lot of times people say, well, just work on your weaknesses. And I think that I believe to be the complete opposite of that. And what I want to say to you guys this morning is that when looking at your strengths, everything that you're truly, truly good at, and let me let Melody back in the room. When you look at your strengths and everything that you're good at, I want you to go from great to supernova. And what does that mean? I believe that in each of you, your star can self-awareness that comes from doubling down on what you're truly, truly great at in life. And so instead of trying to fix all the things that you truly don't feel that you're great at, right? We're going to talk about that in a moment. It's about doubling down on who you truly are as a person and leaning into that person, right? Because I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that we do on a daily basis that we don't enjoy doing. I'm sure there's tons of things that we're trying to be good at and that we'll probably, quite frankly, never be really that good at, right? Know what I don't like? I don't like long ass text messages. I don't like these long ass text messages. I have to sit there and I have to read. I would rather just hop on a phone call. I would rather just hop on a 5-minute phone call. Yo, what's up? I saw all your text messages. Did you read them? No, I didn't read them, but I'm just calling you so we can get a quick recap. I don't like it, right? So it's like, I'm not going to try to spend time becoming really, really great at things that I don't like. So I wanted to go around the room. I want to start it out with a really, really good question. I think this will get the ball rolling, get the conversation going. So when we're thinking about supernova, turning your great into supernova. I wanted to go around the room. I want to ask you a question first off. I'm going to pop this thing off this morning. So I'm going to go to Hector. Okay, well, Ernesto already has his hand up. So Ernesto, go ahead, brother.
I'm going to be brief because I can speak at length. I can speak at length about this topic. But I think like this topic that you're hitting on, most people will see it as like a weakness. They will identify these things that they don't like as weaknesses and they'll kind of shy away from them. Versus I think when you own it, and part of how is, so I'll take Kenny, for example, right? Kenny is socially kind of awkward, and that's okay, right? That's totally okay. That's not Kenny's strength. Running a meeting, hosting an event and being the MC, that's not what he likes to do. So he brings you in. It's like the yin and the yang. So he is emotionally aware enough about the things that he just doesn't enjoy doing. Can he force himself through it? Sure he can, but he doesn't like to do it. And so one of the questions that I ask myself is, when I'm doing something, is, does this feel heavy or does this feel light? And there's different like assessments and exercises that have helped me gain understanding about what I should be doubling down on and what I should be seeking out to get help with. But I love the way that Kenny has approached it. Like, it's not a weakness. Kenny is insanely talented, but he's like, I don't like doing this thing. So I'm going to come in and bring someone, that can be my Robin, right? That's the other thing. Everyone's trying to be Batman, and it's totally okay to be Robin or to look for your Robin. So I really like this topic. I can talk for about 30 minutes, but I just wanted to get that out there and see if that resonates with anybody.
Yeah, well, it definitely resonates with me. I've never worked with and partnered with somebody that was complete polar opposite, but let's think about this on a personal level. Some of you are married to, committed to, in a relationship with your polar opposite, but you've been in a happy relationship for many, many years. I think of Mel as like a clear case of this, right? Melody is super over the top, high energy, high emotion. And Costa is like cool as a cucumber, like super, super even keel, like super relaxed demeanor. And so Ernesto, yeah, like that yin and the yang, man. I get told that all the time about my relationship with Kenny. So good stuff. So let's pop this off. I'm going to go to you, Hector, and I want to ask you right now, in business, when you look at high arching view of your business and who you are as a human being right now, what do you believe that you are the best at in your business?
I want to say communication. And I say that there's a way you communicate with people on different levels, different types of communication, whether it's email etiquette, conversational, in person. There's certain cues I pay attention to in people's emotional responses or their tones in their voice that I have this high IQ with like just getting bits of how are they responding to what I'm saying? Am I being sensitive about what they're talking about? Like all this just happens naturally in the way I communicate and touch someone, that I can't help but to look at all these things as I'm talking to someone. I'm vibing off of how are they responding? Do they sound like they're into it? Are they turned off? That's just me in all aspects communication wise. I think that's my biggest strength in my business.
I love it. So when you look at your calendar right now and the way that you spend your time, how much of your time in your week, in your month, are you doing exactly that? Communicating at a high level, which brings you so much joy that you are really, really good at.
I think all day with everything that I do. Yeah, I think all day. It's just constant. Even like as I'm speaking now, like some people seem engaged. What am I talking about? But I think it's all day. It's nonstop. It's just something embedded in me.
And so when you think about really like doubling down on your communication skills right now, how much video are you creating so people can hear you, see you, connect with you, be, engaged with you emotionally? How much are you doing that?
So actionably, not enough. Yeah, not enough at all. But, I've been thinking about all these, like, how am I going to be looked at? And I actually don't care anymore. And I really want to talk about like what my weeks are like. But I remember 2 weeks ago, we had a conversation about what system's going to work. You should put it into place as to like when you're going to have it down. And I did. So now it's more about, okay, what's next? Like this, I have to capitalize on that. So I love that you bring that up because it's something that I think I should be doing more of. we all should be doing more of, doubling down on what you're saying. So I love that.
So let's all be supportive of Hector, because if you've been around Hector, we were at our Christmas party last week, and just his energy alone and the way that he makes you feel when you're in his presence, I mean, it's super, super powerful, man. And so getting this long version of what you do and saying, who cares, right? I don't care if you like my stuff. All I'm getting is one person in the head or in the crowd to bob their head. That's all I'm looking for. I'm getting one person that wants to rock with me and vibe with me, man. So I love it. I love it. Ernesto, you had your hand up and then it went down. Let's go to you, brother.
Yeah, one more thing is, I think, especially as it relates to us as newer agents, right? And there's a lot of us on this call. That's why we show up on this call, because we're newer, right? So we're looking for like guidance. And coming back to your initial topic of like emotional intelligence, which for me it translates to kind of listening to yourself. A lot of us are looking for that silver bullet, like, oh, does direct mail marketing work? Is door knocking the best? Should I be cold calling? What about video? And it's just like shiny object syndrome. And the answer is, I think whatever you work is going to work. Whatever you actually work is going to work. So that to me speaks to the importance of just paying attention to what it is that you like. If you are not getting the traction that you were hoping to get after like 2 full weeks of cold calling, and you dread doing it, but you really like being on video, then do video. And for some people, it's the opposite. You know, there's people on this team that do well at, right? We have someone who is known for farming, like Carmen the Realtor, crushes it in farming. We have, what's his name? Michael Sage, right? The dude is the master of door knocking. We have Eric Kang, who posts his calls. He loves to make his calls, record them, and share them with everybody. So something actionable for just the newer people that are on this team, myself included. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, and that's how I came to the. I align best with just creating one video and blasting it out there. It's a better use of my time. So if you're newer and you're like, how does this apply to me? Hopefully that helps.
Love it. Love it. Because we spoke about this the other day, you guys, whether it is video, whether it is the written word, and you're using LinkedIn to truly leverage your voice through written words, whether it's knocking on doors, whether it is making phone calls, you guys will find your strengths. So this is great stuff. Let's continue on. I want to go over to, let's go over to Melody. Melody always has great insights. So Melody, what do you believe right now in your business that you are truly, truly the greatest at right now? Let's hear from you.
That's a good question. I feel like I bring a lot of different skills to the table. But I think something that was brought to my attention when I was out with a couple friends yesterday for lunch, I was actually out with Kyle and Kate. And, I think that I do a really good job at being authentic on video. I think I do a really good job at speaking my mind. The person that you see on video and on your screen is the same exact person that you see in real life. I don't care if I'm cursing or acting a fool or preaching on camera. That's who you see in real life. And I'm 1000% the same person on video. And I don't want to change who I am for someone else, which is what I did for 8 years starting out in this business, or 7 years, because I've been with the team almost 2 years now. So coming to this team helped me have my own voice, and it helped me realize that there's people out there that need to hear that message, and they want to hear that message in my way. And I don't need to be cookie cutter or try to cover it up with a bunch of fluff and use like this high pitched voice like I'm this sweet ass person, because sometimes I've got some fire to spit and I don't really give a shit what anyone thinks about it. So I think that's one of my skills. And also just allowing people to kind of feel comfortable coming to me. Every time I write, something real, or every time I'm on video and I'm able to really speak my mind from an authentic place, someone comes to me and they're like, oh my God, I totally resonated with that, and I'd love to talk to you about it or get your opinion about it. Good example is the other day, I made a video on my IG about ego versus contribution. and how you can reset your thinking around that whole topic, and how everyone deals with this at some point, your ego creeping up to the surface and trying to take over versus coming from love, coming from support, coming from the heart space. And a lot of people reached out to me on IG and they were like, wow, I didn't expect them to reach out to me. I totally didn't expect anyone to say anything. I was just like doing it for me because I wanted to get it off my chest because it felt good to talk about it. But a lot of people were like, oh my God, I'm dealing with that right now, or I've been dealing with that for years and it really bothers me. So it was really cool to see that people were able to, come to me and talk to me about that and feel comfortable enough to let their guard down and talk to me about that. So that's something that I really love to do for my friends already. And I do it for my clients as well. And I just really enjoy talking to people about their perspective and hearing their version of what they're going through.
Love that. Love that. I'll tell you what, you guys, when I started seeing Mel's, like, I didn't know, like, she had like this gangster side to her. And like, when I remember we went to dinner once and like, she's like, oh, can I play a song? I was like, sure, you go ahead, put a song on. And we're just like vibing in the car and rocking. I'm like, all right, there's something more behind her. And like, I just saw her like really evolve and be like, I don't really care what people think. I'm just going to be me and have this vivacious spirit. And so it's really came alive since we've met. Hector, you had your hand up, brother.
I just want to say, Mel, I can't wait to like meet you in person. And I love that energy. I am inspired from that. Like, it shouldn't matter what people think or what you say. It is what it is. And I love that about you. So I can't wait to meet you.
Oh, how sweet. I can't wait to meet you as well. Thanks, Hector.
She throws the dopest parties too. So let's go over to Andrea Lamadora. So Andrea, the Mama San brand. So she has a brand that she's built. She's been a fashion designer. So Andrea, I want to go over to you and I want to ask that same question to you. What do you feel you are the best at in business right now?
I feel like I'm really good at networking, the best at networking, and utilizing my resources that I can help people get to what they need to, and also seeing what aspects they can bring to the table and help other people as well. And I also love to socialize. So I guess that's a
So let's bottle this up for a quick second, right? Mm-hmm. You and I have some similarities in the way that we approach life and business. So if we were to bottle this up, and she said, I'm really good at networking. Do you know why you're good at networking?
Because I really love people and I really like to engage and just, just community.
Totally. And you know what I think is that when you walk into a scene, when you walk into the room, when you walked on our very first call, when you're like, wait, you're not going to get on FaceTime? I can't see your face. Like, what's up? I thought I was going to see your face. I thought we were going to connect on video. I need to see your eyes. So what I believe is that you have this contagious energy. A lot of you do, right? So when you go out to people, when you go out to social environments, like people gravitate towards it. Like, what's up? Like, you come in the room full head of steam and you're just like, wow, people like want to know. That's part of your brand. My energy, I know that is part of my brand. That's one of my core values as a business leader is my energy. So I think that you do that really well. So it makes sense that networking is one of the things that you feel that you're best at because you have this energy. And as soon as you walk in the room, what's up? How you doing? Ooh, looking good. I like that scarf. Where'd you get that, girl? What's up? Good to see you. Instantly you walk into the room and like own it.
Right. I want people to feel comfortable to talk to me and, and trust me. And that goes to show what's with their homes or selling their homes or buying their homes. Networking is a skill, in that, like I said, that trust level of not getting somebody, but, earning that level of respect from somebody so that you can have that transaction because it's a big transaction and just, it's a relationship you're going to be with for at least a month or so, at least.
I love it. Ryan, let me ask you the same question, bro. What do you feel that Ryan Fong, what do you feel you're the best at right now in business?
Right now, I mean, I think I'm still pretty new to all of this, but analyzing, I can analyze something, but I also think that's one of my greatest weaknesses because I start to overanalyze things at certain points.
Okay, so you become an overthinker.
Yeah.
Okay, All right. And I think this is a really, really good conversation to have because which I think, let's just stay on that being great for you, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to look at scenarios, situations, tasks, projects in a completely different way. There's consumers that are going to look at you and be like, man, I appreciate your attention to detail, right? That's a strong, strong characteristic to have, because by a show of hands, how many of us may not be the best at detail? Like, you're raising the hands, right? So on the flip side of that, we could ask the same question: how many people are not that analytical, right? And so I think that that's a really, really strong characteristic to have, Ryan. And so let me ask you a question, Ryan, and no wrong answer here. Do you feel that you're more of an introvert or an extrovert?
Introvert for sure.
Okay, cool. Lean into that as hard as you possibly can. A lot of times when people view real estate professionals, they see them, hey guys, what's going on? It's Elias Astuto. I'm ready to kick ass today. How are you? Right? They see a lot of that, right? Well, in real estate, you could be the most ako taco. You could be, and not saying you are, you could be an introvert. You could be super, super quiet and reserved and fucking crush the game. Crush the game, right? You think about Kenny. Kenny is an introvert. I am an extrovert. You get a couple shots of tequila and Kenny, you get him partying. Yeah, he becomes a little bit more of an extrovert. But what I'm saying, when you meet Kenny, he is totally an introvert. And so it's like, you don't have to be extroverted if that's not who you are. Because if you walked in the room, hi, how are you? And it feels totally contrived. And it's like, that's not real. That's not him, right? If you lay back in the cuts, analyze, assess, and then approach it accordingly to who you are as a human being, man, that's good stuff, bro. That's a really, really good trait to have. So I love it, man. I appreciate you chiming in on this. Anything else you want to say on that?
That was it, I think.
Okay, cool, man. I love it. Zyra, I know you have baby girl at the office today. Can we say hi to her?
Say hello.
Hi. How are you today?
Good.
Are you working from the office?
She's drawing.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. So Zyra, same question for you. When we think about what you're truly best at right now in business, what would that be?
So I think my strongest suit is communicating and like getting someone to like breaking that hard shell with people that are very closed. I've always loved psychology. I actually took a full course on psychology during high school. I was going to college classes during high school taking psychology because it was so intriguing to me. So I think that's where I kind of nail it. And Hector made a good point. It's like you have that ability to see, okay, is that person very closed off? How do I get him to open up? And I think we saw that in each other at the open house, because he was like, yes, like, because background story, it was a couple that came in and they are not pre-approved yet, but they were just in town and looking at homes. And it's a Hispanic family wanting to use their son's like credit because they are undocumented right now. So I actually have that same thing going on with my uncle, where he wants to use my cousin. So that was, the lady seemed like she was not a fan of me at first. And so I could tell because I read energy in the room so easily. And I know I could usually tell who doesn't like me. So I was telling Hector, I was like, I felt like she was very closed off with me at first. And I slowly just started communicating. And at the end of the day, I was like chopping it up with the lady, and they were there for like a good almost 30 minutes, just chopping it up with us. So I think that's my strongest. I could just talk to anybody. I could go to the office in the bathroom right now and find someone there, and I'll just start a conversation, like I don't care.
All right. Well, hopefully you have really good restroom conversations. But I think that's key. Like, I think a couple of people, have really hit on that, whether it's the analytical or whether it's the super communicator. Like, right, you're able to feel vibrations. And in the 60s, they talked a lot about vibrations. Why? there was a time where we were super, a lot of people were really in tune with like energy and the way people felt and vibrations from other people, right? I think a lot of you hit on that. It's like you should be able to at this stage in the game, or if you're brand new in sales and you're brand new in person-to-person sales, like you're going to start to see patterns that you recognize. And that's why books like the 5 Love Languages, the DISC Profile, the Personality Handbook, like these are things that you guys should really be diving into. So no matter who you're in front of, you really know how to start communicating with them. Like when I communicate with Kenny, it's not like, brother, what is up, dude? How is your day, man? You living your best life, man? I appreciate you. No, it's like, hey, man, can we do this? Cool. Awesome. So you have 5? Great. Good. Cool. There's no like bells and whistles to our conversation because I understand how to communicate with Kenny. So Zaira, I love this, and I love like you leaning into that. Let's hear from a couple other people. We're going to shift gears. Let's go over to Kaleem. Kaleem, you always got some fire to drop. So Kaleem, let's hear from you right now in business. What are you truly the best at?
I feel like definitely throughout my life, I've always been good at communication. I got my first job selling shoes at Shoe Palace at 16. I went to Costco to work at membership. Actually, my name in general, Colleen Ali, stands for great speaker. So I feel like it was just something that was just destined upon me.
Really? Okay, cool, man. And you know what? When we think about what Kaleem's doing right now and what he's creating on social, how he shows up in the meetings, like that really you are embodying what your name stands for, bro. I love this. Absolutely love it. All right, cool. Let's continue cruising on. Hane, I want to hear from you. Let's hear from you. Roxanne Adams, been in the game for more than 15 years and a lot to give to the world. What do you feel is you are the best at right now in business?
Good morning, everybody. So I absolutely know what I'm the best at in business, and I'm very strong with building relationships, but not just building them, but continuing them. So there's one thing to start the relationship and have the client sell them their home, everything's so happy, but there's another level to always continuing to follow up with them and be genuinely connected with them for hopefully the lifetime of this time I'm in this business. So I think relationships is my number one thing, and it's what I've continued to focus on. It's what I passion and I truly love it. But that definitely for me, I think is my strongest point in business.
I love it. I love it. And how long have you been in this business?
Since 2004.
Woo! I love it. I love it. Let's go over to our guests. Let's go over to Kim. Kim Lynn, if you're thinking about your business, obviously you have tons of traction. You've been in this game for a long time. If you could bottle it up and say, this is what I'm truly the best at in my business, what would that be?
I think it's got to be the ability to be very real with people. So I make a deep connection, and also just understanding what they're telling me, what they want, and how they want things to happen. I pay very, very close attention, and I have a great memory for what people are saying to me. So I will, give it back to them, and that helps me to get them exactly what they're looking for or trying to accomplish.
Wow, I love that. I love that. You guys, let's stay here for a quick second. I've been on presentations, I've been on appointments, I've been with people before, and they're like, did you really just say that to the client? Or did you really just ask them that? Or did you really just write that in a group chat? And my answer is always like, yeah, because that's 100% real. When you hit that level to where you could just be real as penitentiary steel with your clients and just tell them how it is and say the things that other agents won't say, I promise you, your bond will be even closer. And with your friends, right? You could tell a friend, dude, your breath smells today. Like, what's going on? Can you go brush your teeth? My friends and family are like, oh my God, you were always so real. I'm like, is there any other way to be? So Kim, thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. So good stuff, Kim.
I'll tell you one more thing. So I'm known by everyone who knows me is that I'm brutally frank. So, you know, I try to tone that down a little, but that's always what's underneath. So I'm going to tell you the truth.
I love it. I love it. Because then it's like there's no question about how you're thinking, how you're feeling. This is just how it is. Cool, awesome. You can just get to a different level with people. I love that. And there's times where it's like, ooh, I may not want to say, well, why not? If it's real, just say it. As long as obviously you're keeping it professional and you're not like going too far, but like just be real with people. When you talk to Terry Daniel, she has a way of just talking to you like, okay, Terry, I get it. I get it. She hits you and it feels so real when she communicates with you. So you guys, this has been a really, really good conversation. Let's actually hear from Terry Daniel, and then we're going to shift the conversation. So Terry, when you look at your life and business, what do you feel that you're truly the best at? And I'm really loving what I'm hearing.
I guess I would have to say my love for education, and especially being in this business since 2004 as well. I think that's the key. I just completed a Master Certified Negotiation Expert designation, and the first thing they said was, you have to have a zero tolerance for foolishness, because a lot of people run out and get a real estate license, but they don't realize that you basically have control over, you know, a lot of people's lives that you're touching. And so if you're not going to put the effort forth to educate yourself and be able to not just, you know, kind of brush around it based on your personality or expert, like, oh, I could talk to people, but can you talk to people educating them on the topic? There's a difference. So everything everybody's saying is great, but I think everybody should continue to, you know, stay on the education tip. And that's just something I like doing.
I love it. So Terry, you said something right now, zero tolerance. Say that again.
Oh, I have a zero tolerance for foolishness. Yeah. Not in a bad way, but some people might think it is. But it's like, if we're talking business, then let's talk business. You know, if you keep it real, I think somebody said it earlier. If you're honest and have integrity to be strong enough to tell someone that their breath is not the best today, then that's what they need to hear. Correct? But totally. It's just but you learn how to say it where it's not offensive. You know.
Yeah. How many times have you met somebody and they're like, oh my God, you're the first person to tell me that I had this stain on my shirt and I've been out all day long. Thank God that you told me, right? Like, damn, someone didn't tell you got a coffee stain on your shirt or you got a big old booger on your face. Come on.
Yeah, I'm one of those kind of people. I'm going to tell you, sorry.
Good. Hey, listen,
hopefully they tell me too, because I don't want
to. That's right. Listen, hey, Ernesto, if you got some cilantro in your teeth from your, taco a day, bro, I'm going to let you know that you got some cilantro in your teeth. So you guys, point of this discussion to bring everything full circle and completely around. Think about what you were truly, truly great in business. I want you to triple down your efforts on business. I want you to grab this book. I want us to read it together. I think it is a phenomenal read. I think that it's super, super powerful. But I want you to think about these things. What fulfills me the most in business? What fulfills me the most in business is a collective wisdom. It's getting you guys all together. It's momentum. It's excitement. It's energy. Those things bring me fulfillment in my career. If I was in a job where I was just in the corner and just doing data entry work, I don't think that I'd feel excited about life and business. So you have to ask yourself what fulfills you in your life. When you look at your calendar and how much time you're spending each week, are you doing the things that you are really, really good at? Or do you find yourself bogged down with the things that you fucking hate doing? If you're doing too much Canva, if you're doing too much organization on the backside and you don't have a good time doing it, lean into our VAs to help you do those things. So if you have tasks that are bogging you down, if those are things that you can offset and get off your plate, then do that. Lean into who you truly are as a human being. I promise you, your business will continue to grow. It's when you find yourself doing the things that you are miserable about and that you hate doing, it's just like, ugh, I have to do those things. No. When you're doing the things that you're passionate about in your life, you get to do these things. I get to wake up and host these meetings for you guys. I get to engage with you. I get to coach. I get to go to the office. I get to do podcast. I get to do these things because they're fucking exciting to me. Exciting to me. So lean into who you are as a person and really find out what you are truly, truly great at. That comes down to emotional intelligence and self-awareness. I want you guys to be a mirror in your own life, and I want you to look at yourself and try to find ways to become more self-aware, more in tune with who you are, more in tune with your emotions, because when you're more in tune with your own emotions, you're starting to identify the different patterns of human beings and how to truly connect with them. And from a consumer standpoint, you're going to be able to find nuances that are going to allow you to really find out who people are in a very quick time frame. So I want to shift gears for a quick second, you guys. I want to bring up Sisu because I'm super, super proud of what I'm seeing right now. And I want to go back to a couple things on Sisu. If you guys are not in Sisu, then I want to highly encourage you to get into Sisu. You know, we talk about this all the time, but I want to just bring this up. So I ran a report from the first of the month until today, and look at what I am seeing. Look at how many people have gone in here and started load. Obviously, we have some blanks in here, but let me just get into this. You see people that are truly, truly tracking at a high level. And if your name's not on here, all you have to do is just change that and start tracking. Look at Joey, look at Anna, who is a squad leader. Look at Ronnie, who's having one of his best years ever. Look at Rebecca, who is a mentor. John even put one in there, but anyways, December, who sent 30 text messages. She's working on her social content. If we look at, let's see, Cyrus, a newer agent, Gabrielle, Amy Inhoff, who's having her best year ever, Ginger, Eric Kang, who is number 2 in the company for volume overall. The dude will do $26 million in volume this year alone, still has time to track. Look at Melody. Melody is a squad leader. She's helping with recruiting efforts for the company, and she's still going in here and tracking her activity. Kim Liu, Gary Lowe, who's been a top producer. Let's see, Panise, who's having an incredible run and has 4 active listings right now. Kevin Magna did $10 million in production in the last 6 months. So when you're looking at this, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a higher adoption rate to this, because at the end of the day, this tool is for you guys to look at how you are doing behind the scenes and being able to celebrate that. So let's do like this. I want to go in here and I want to encourage you guys to follow these instructions. You guys can go to account on the far right side of your Sisu, and you can go to goal and you can go to goal calculator. What this will help you do is this will help you set what your GCI goal is for the year, your volume goal, average price point, and the unit goals that you set for yourself, and then you save the goals. Now, based on my activities, I can fill out all the things that I want to do based on where I want to be for the year, and then I can copy that to the next month. So now I already have a template. I can look through here and say, every single month, what is the percentage of how I'm pacing towards my goal? You guys can use this to get super, super granular with how you're plugging in your goals. So you always have a dashboard that you can pull up and be like, where am I at in reference to my goals? The way that you'll stay on track with your goals is by doing the daily activities, right? Kenny always says this. The goal is the lagging indicator. That's the lagging indicator. The leading indicator is the activity, right? The production will be a result of the activities. This right side here where it says activity, this is the meat and potatoes. This is the leading indicator that every single day you can see, well, where am I going? How am I going to get there? What am I doing? And it all comes down to you guys simply going in here and recording everything. I promise you guys, we are going to go into an era of Sisu everything. You're going to be able to look at your dashboard, how many deals that you have in contract, how many offers that you wrote, how many appointments that you have to meet in order to write your first offer, and how many offers did you write to get your first offer accepted. You'll be able to look at this in a completely different way. So you can also come in here and you can see any type of webinars, functions that are going on, mastermind calls, what is going on in the Sisu world so you can stay up to date. You could go in here and watch tutorials about how to do things, read the blogs, look at the Sisu blogs, the consumer-based knowledge. So what I want to encourage you guys to do is I want to encourage you to take your business to the next level. Read, become a student of this program, because I promise you, and this is across the country, across the United States, you guys, if you adopt this and you adopt this heavily into your business, and especially if you guys are newer in the game, if you are newer in the game and you now have a tool right now that top producers are using, then you guys are automatically elevating your game. And the top producers and people like the Terry Daniels and the Roxanne and the Melodies of the world and the Gurpreet that's on the call, you guys take this and now they're able to see, damn, I've never really looked at it so clearly of how much I truly spend my time on, or what I truly spend my time on. So this is about leveling up. 2022 is going to be our best year ever. It's going to be my best financial year. It's going to be my best year as a human being. It's going to be my best year as a leader. I know that. There's no shadow of a doubt, but I'm going to work my ass off to get there, right? And in 2022, we're going to do $2 billion in production. We're going to get to a 600 agent count. Like, I'm declaring that. I know that. And what you guys will see me do is try new things. I'm going to implement new strategies. I'm going to have more support. I'm one coach, and then I have all of my squad leaders. Well, the squad leaders are now getting promoted into new roles within the company. And so I'm looking at, how do I build my sales department out? More coaching, more platforms, more programs for you guys to succeed at even higher levels. So you guys, I'm going to level up. I'm going to use Sisu to drive our business in different ways. And I want to encourage you guys to use Sisu to elevate your game, to take things to new heights. So thank you guys for adopting it and really, looking at it in a different way. So what I want to do is I want to go around the room. I want to go full circle. I want to ask some takeaways from today's session. Let's go to Gurpreet. Gurpreet is having her best year in real estate. Gurpreet absolutely killing the game. So Gurpreet, if I could ask you what were a few key takeaways from our time together today, I would love to hear your insight.
First of all, good morning, everybody. My key takeaways are going to be continuously work on self-awareness. It's one thing to be on top of your game, and it's another to just like, oh, I'm self-aware today, but tomorrow I'm just like, whatever. So just constantly being self-aware, I think is going to be my biggest takeaway from today.
Man, I love that you said that. So I remember I was 24 years old. I was the director of marketing for a large resort in Lake Tahoe. Didn't really know what I was doing, but I figured it out. A guy by the name of Derek Kanoa, he was from Hawaii. He always would tell me every single day, he would say, Kanai, Kanai, Kanai. I'm like, what is this? I thought it was like a Hawaiian word. And Kanai stands for constant and never ending improvement, right? You have to think about your life and business, and you have to say, how am I going to Kanai today? Right? I think about that in my personal life. How can I show up better for my lady, for the kids? Like, how can I become a better person? So Kanai, I want you guys to focus on constant and never ending improvement. So really, really good stuff, Gurpreet. Appreciate you saying that. Let's go over to Amber Carswell. Amber Carswell, key takeaways from today's session together.
Yes. Hello. Thanks for calling on me.
Hi, Amber.
Hi. Key takeaway is I just need to get on it. I see now the Sisu account. It's just a huge resource. There's so many tools that are right here at my fingertips for me to be successful, that I just need to put things in practice and start moving forward.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And you know what? It's just a way of like tracking your business. As you guys start producing, you're going to want to have a CPA. You want your CRM in place. You want your tracking management system. You guys are running a business now. We're giving you the best in class tech tools in order for you to run a high profile business. And we pay for that for you, right? So it's like you guys have Real Scout, Sisu, Slack, and you High Note that are all paid. You guys would be out of pocket over $1,000 every single year. We do that to give you the benefits of a top producer, because most of the time an agent comes into this business, if they want an assistant, they have to pay for it. Well, I have to get into production. Well, fuck that. You guys have the VAs. If you want to use the VAs as soon as you start and have an assistant in your pocket, you have that. High Note. Well, I don't really know how to do a presentation that well. Well, here the presentation templates are built for you. Here you go. You have a fire template. You have Sisu, a way to track your business. You have Real Scout, a way to look at the analytics and how your consumers are looking at houses. So you guys have all these tools and all these resources right at your disposal that we pay for. Let's go over to Hurston. Hurston, for you, my man, if you were to look at today's session and say, these are my key takeaways, what would they be? Hurston, you there? He came off of mute, then he went back on mute. I'll give him one more second. Hurston, going once, going twice. All right, cool. We're moving on. Let's go to Nicole Penland. Nicole Penland, what were your key takeaways from today's session together?
Just staying focused and really, being yourself, not trying to necessarily do things that make you uncomfortable, but really hone in on the things that show your personality so that people can feel comfortable with you.
Totally. Like the way you laugh, like people need to hear that laugh all the time. They need to hear that laugh all the time, right?
It's funny because a lot of times people are like, oh, I thought you were stuck up. Like, why? Like, I don't know why.
And there it is. All right. I've never even thought that. So I appreciate you sharing. Let's go to Rakitha. Rakitha, key takeaways from today's time together.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
For me, the key takeaway would be to focus on what you're good at. Take your strong suit and make it stronger. A lot of times, sometimes we will focus on something we may not like to do or something we may not be good at and try to get it to mediocre status. But instead of wasting time on that, just focus on, your strong suit and power up, make it stronger.
I love it. Let's take the time to take our strengths from great to supernova. Think about that, right? Supernova is the brightest a star can ever be, right? And so I want you guys to think about that and like really, really double down. Like in 2022, I want to spend more time on video. I want to spend more time interviewing you guys. I want to spend more time building out a true coaching company and department. And so, I want you guys to look at everything that you're doing and really double down, triple down, quadruple down on the strengths that really, really embody you as a human being and as a person. Highly, highly recommend. And I want to do another final plug into 12 and a half. We talk about self-awareness today. Accountability, optimism, empathy, kindness, tenacity, curiosity, patience, conviction, humility, ambition, and the half is the kind candor. This book will help you look at all the ingredients and what is truly, truly important. Soft skills are the skills that are necessary in this business to really, really grow. So I want to, if I don't see you guys, which I probably will, but I hope that this time of year, you guys are doing something special with your family. And it's not always about monetary gifts, right? It is what it is. For myself and my family this year, it's being able to have a home together and to be able to be in a nice place where we can just share some thoughts and connect in the morning time, have some coffee, watch the Christmas Story. Like that to me is like it's true happiness. So whatever it is that you guys are going to be doing this time of year, I want you guys to spend that time and really look at your life and be really, really grateful for what you have around you. The people, your health, the food that's in your refrigerator, the food that's going to be in your stomach. Like we have so much to be grateful for. And when we lead with grateful or gratitude, everything else seems to be easier in life. So I appreciate you guys more than you know. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you, everyone today for dropping some game on us. We really appreciate you guys. So as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, your goals, and your vision. And if you need anything at all, feel free to connect with me. Peace and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, you guys.